Right, the Heathen has landed at Glasgow. This is where you get the 500 bus from to the town. 16 quid return, bit dear I thought that, but got my ticket now anyway. And we're going to try and explore some of the rougher parts, or so-called rougher parts of Glasgow while we do the Rangers and Celtics grounds, have a look around them. And also a place I've always wanted to go and have a look at the Gorbals. Ever since I was a kid I've heard so many bad things about how dangerous it is there. So I'm going to have a look at that and see if it is as bad as what they say. Although I did hear it's been done up now. And Glasgow generally, it's always been renowned as a dangerous rough hole. So let's see exactly what it's like. This is the Clyde River. That's the George Bridge, goes over the other side, and you've got a monument here for the Spanish Civil War, for the International Brigade. This pays tribute to the courage of the men who went to Spain to fight fascism 36 to 39. 2,100 volunteers went from Britain, 534 were killed, 65 of whom come from Glasgow. This is the church which holds the bones of St Valentine. It's in the Gorbals, which is here. This was always going to be one of the roughest housing estates in Europe. In 1868, a wealthy French family donated this casket with the alleged bones of St Valentine inside to this church. This apparently is why Glasgow is known as the City of Love, something I'd never heard before. I've no idea whether these are religiously divided, the blocks here, but I noticed that that one's got Union Jacks and Ranger stuff, and that one's got Irish flags and Celtic stuff. Do you know, right, I've walked through this estate here now, like I say, they had such a bad reputation, one of the worst places in the whole of Britain, don't go there. And I've honestly been to worse places in Basildon. And it's surprisingly clean here as well. There's very little spray paint or litter. There's loads of these pedestrianised bridges going over this River Clyde. This one, you've got the Gorbals estate there. This one leads off to it. Well kept, nice. One thing as well, these bridges, they ain't all full of them horrible padlocks like you see all around Europe either. Right, this is the Glasgow Central Mosque. It's a huge, quite big Islamic compound up here, complete with a minaret. It's not really the ginger bearded blokes in skirts I was expecting to see here, but hey ho. Glasgow Celtics football ground. I don't know whether it's called Celtic Park or Parkhead or both. Former player Billy McNeil. I'll tell you what has surprised me here. I thought it'd be full of Palestinian and Irish flags everywhere, but not seen one. Even on the way up here, I've not seen nothing like that. Jock Stein, the legendary manager who took Celtic to European glory, and a statue of the actual founder of the club, who was a Catholic priest called Brother Walfred. Should be said also he had nothing to do with the sexual abuse of children at the club, which was years later on. Right, that way up there is a road called Trongate. Then when you get to this bit, it turns into Gallow Gate, and then basically once you go past that bridge, it starts to get a bit rough, and you start to get eyeballed. Basically, it's there's not many white faces down there, put it that way. The Walter Scott Monument. It's Robbie Burns. There's a few more over there. You'd have a field day here if you was a pigeon. Statues all around. Prince Albert. Robert Peel, founder of the Metropolitan Police. They got all the pigeons, where they have a shit on somewhere. That's the hotel just down there, the Ibis. So I'm gonna have a go at trying haggis for the very first time. I'm having haggis fritters. I thought they'd sound a bit more palatable with the old whiskey sauce. So we'll see what it's like. Right, here's my haggis fritters. Now, I've never had haggis before. As far as I gather, it's sheep's bollocks wrapped in something else inside a pig's intestines with goat's urine, something like that. But we're going to try our first bit now. Not too bad to be just truthful. That's the whiskey sauce. I'll try a bit of that. Very nice, very nice. Let's try a bigger bit of the haggis. Dip it in the old whiskey sauce. Do you know, in all honesty, that ain't too bad. I could eat that. It's like a minced beef and onion pie. Well, I've nearly eaten all my haggis, covered in this nice whiskey sauce. I don't know why they put this stuff on. English people don't eat this. What's the matter with them? Meat and potatoes, that's all we need. It's the room for the night, and an Ibis. 50 quid with a breakfast in the morning. But to be fair, not too bad. Complimentary coffee, even a caramel log. Cupboard space. Nice view of a building site. Bathroom. See if that shower works in a bit. Yeah, alright, 50 quid for breakfast. Well, this was alright, the big buffet breakfast selection here. I must say, I generally prefer a fried Mars bar to start the day off, but hey, this will certainly do. Just going to give a shout out to these subway tickets. The subway here goes on a loop, like in a circle right around the town, but you can get an all day one. You can use as many times as you want for £4.30. We're off. This is right outside the Ibrox metro station. Here we are, outside Ibrox. Raining in Scotland, what a surprise. This is a memorial to fans that died after they got crushed on a stairway in 1971. Each one of these is a memorial plaque for someone. A supporter who's dead now. Must be thousands here. Every one of these bricks as well is a memorial for someone has died. This goes all the way around. And still these memorials going all the way down on the bricks. And not just on the bricks, but also on the floor. It's literally going right around the ground. There must be thousands. Well, it's dinner sorted at least.
From him as a thank you for giving him the commission to design the stadium. From Cumbernauld called Sengamurray. On the left hand side we see all our managers. Now these haven't been updated to 2007 before somebody mentions in a mission. So managers on the left hand side, you'll see both Jock Wallace and Walter Smith.
Rod Stewart didn't have no qualms about playing here then?
Oh no,
Yeah.
he didn't have any qualms about getting his photograph taken in the Rangers top with John Gregg either.
Oh, did he?
So, okay, if everybody wants to come down this end of the room, what I'll do is I will point out a few items within the room. Obviously we can't speak about absolutely everything because A, I don't think there's anybody that knows, and B, we'd be here all afternoon. So, firstly, there's the back wall, the big portrait of Bill Struth, and there is a flag for each time we've won the league championship. Now, if you actually count them, there's 62 flags there, and that's because although we've only officially won 50.
This is the Rangers trophy room. The first one I see is in Rapid Vienna.
We always thought Graham Souness had done that, but it turned out it wasn't him, so I'm not quite sure who it was. It'd been Walter, don't know. It was a different picture. The one that used to sit up there is now in the museum, I believe, but that's been there since her coronation in 1953.
Is there any connection to Aston Villa? Because they have the same line and prepared. Don't know.
The answer is I'm not sure. I mean, I know there is links in terms of the design of the stadium, that Archibald Leach.
It's just saying because ready and prepared is the same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But on our that's on the Aston Villa club badge.
When were Aston Villa founded?
No idea. This is the Bagpipe Museum. Not very big. It was only £2.50 to get in. That's more what we associate with a Scottish pair of bagpipes. Would you feel safe wearing one of them gas masks?
Yeah.
Do you know, wherever I've been in Europe, and you go to a cathedral or a church, it always seems to be covered in scaffolding. Now, someone told me that they do that on purpose because building work as such is going on, and it exempts them from some tax or other. How true it is, I don't know. But I noticed even that church over there's got scaffolding around the spire. Now, behind that church there is the famous graveyard that they call the Necropolis. Can you just see it in the distance? It's the Glasgow cathedral. There's the Necropolis graveyard just behind it. This is inside the cathedral. It's an interesting one here. This bridge here leading into the necropolis is known as the Bridge of Sighs, and just a bit further up is where the motorbike scene from the Batman film was filmed. The man who done the nursery rhyme, Wee Willie Winky. Some of these monuments up here, Duncan McFarland, he must have had a few quid to have that made. You imagine as well, that was died 1857, so that must have been built obviously then. And you're right up here. This all this could have only been brought up by horse and cart. Do you know, having recently done the tour of Highgate, I would say this one actually is much more ornate with the different tombs and memorials. It's actually huge up here as well. Now, William McGavin, a merchant from Glasgow, an author of The Protestant. This might confuse people, thinking why is William Wallace's memorial not prominent in front down there with the Jewish section? But bear in mind, Wallace was fighting Edward I, who in 1290 expelled the Jews from Britain for coin clipping. And I've heard this a few times before, that the Jews were actually funding Wallace and giving him money for the uprising. So that would add up, to be fair. I don't know how true that would be or not, but it's just one theory. Here we are, Glasgow Airport. One plane going to Stansted, 473 planes going to Tenerife and Benidorm.